At 5:15 hours local time, intense fighting along parts of the front in eastern Ukraine has highlighted the increasingly unconventional tactics employed by both Ukrainian and Russian forces. Among the latest battlefield developments, Ukrainian troops reportedly engaged Russian motorcycle assault groups attempting to rapidly cross exposed terrain, illustrating how mobility and speed have become central elements of the ongoing conflict. According to battlefield accounts circulating among military observers, Ukrainian sniper teams positioned in concealed locations monitored the approach of small Russian assault elements traveling on motorcycles. Rather than engaging immediately, the Ukrainian troops reportedly waited until individual riders entered effective firing range before opening fire, seeking to disrupt the advance while minimizing their own exposure. The reports have not been independently verified, and details regarding the location, timing, and casualties remain unclear. As with many frontline claims made during active combat, information is often incomplete and subject to revision as additional evidence emerges. Motorcycles become a battlefield tool. The increasing use of motorcycles by Russian assault units has attracted the attention of defense analysts over the past year. Unlike heavily armored vehicles, motorcycles offer speed, agility, and a smaller visual profile, allowing troops to move quickly across open ground where larger vehicles may become vulnerable to artillery strikes, anti-tank guided missiles, or explosive drones. Military analysts note that motorcycles can be particularly useful during reconnaissance missions, rapid infiltration attempts, or efforts to reinforce forward positions under constant aerial surveillance. However, these advantages come with significant drawbacks. Riders have virtually no armor protection, making them vulnerable to sniper fire, machine guns, artillery fragments, and drone attacks. The tactic reflects broader changes on the battlefield, where both sides have adapted to an environment dominated by surveillance drones capable of detecting large troop concentrations and vehicle movements. Sniper teams play a defensive role. Snipers remain an important component of defensive operations despite the growing prominence of unmanned aerial systems. Operating from carefully prepared positions, sniper teams often spend hours or even days observing enemy movements before identifying opportunities to engage selected targets. Military experts explain that patience is one of the defining characteristics of sniper operations. Rather than firing at the first available opportunity, sniper teams typically wait for favorable conditions that increase the likelihood of a successful shot while reducing the risk of revealing their location. Such operations often require close coordination with reconnaissance units, drone operators, and command elements to maintain awareness of changing battlefield conditions. Drones continue to shape combat. Even as motorcycles gain popularity for rapid movement, drones remain one of the most influential technologies in the war. Reconnaissance drones provide commanders with real-time intelligence, while first-person view FPV drones have become widely used against personnel and vehicles. This persistent aerial observation has forced both armies to reduce the size of assault groups. Instead of advancing in large formations, units increasingly move in smaller teams, hoping to avoid detection or limit losses if they come under attack. Analysts say this evolution has transformed traditional battlefield tactics. Camouflage, concealment, electronic warfare, and decentralized decision-making have become as important as firepower in many sectors of the front. Challenges for assault units. Small assault detachments face numerous obstacles beyond enemy fire. Difficult terrain, damaged infrastructure, and rapidly changing weather conditions complicate movement and logistics. Communication can also become difficult when electronic warfare systems interfere with radios or navigation equipment. For motorcycle units, maintaining momentum is critical. A stalled motorcycle or mechanical failure can quickly leave riders exposed in open terrain with little protection. At the same time, defenders must balance the need to engage advancing troops with the risk of revealing concealed positions. Once a sniper fires, counterfire from artillery, drones, or other weapons may follow within minutes. Information difficult to verify. Independent verification of battlefield incidents remains challenging due to limited access to active combat zones. Both Ukrainian and Russian officials regularly publish battlefield updates that emphasize their own successes while disputing opposing claims. Open-source analysts often rely on geo-located videos, satellite imagery, and multiple independent sources before drawing conclusions about specific engagements. Even then, assessments may change as additional information becomes available.
Наблюдаю движение.
Continuing evolution of the conflict. The reported engagement underscores how the conflict continues to evolve through tactical adaptation rather than dramatic technological breakthroughs alone. From extensive drone use to dispersed infantry tactics and the growing appearance of motorcycle assault teams, both militaries have adjusted their operations in response to changing battlefield conditions. As fighting continues across multiple sectors, military observers expect further experimentation with mobility, concealment, and combined reconnaissance techniques. While individual engagements may offer insight into these evolving tactics, the broader operational picture remains fluid, and many battlefield reports cannot be fully confirmed until well after the events they describe.
Заходи сюда, сзади.
Recently, Ukraine's 33rd Mechanized Brigade developed a new plan to regain control of the situation in Kupiansk. Instead of sending infantry into another costly clearing operation, the brigade planned to cut off and eliminate these infiltrators using a coordinated assault conducted entirely by drones, including unmanned ground vehicles and FPV drones. This approach was necessary because months of back-and-forth fighting have reduced Kupiansk to ruins, creating countless hiding places for small Russian assault groups. Although Ukrainian forces cleared and recaptured the town in December last year, Russian troops have continued infiltrating in small groups, suffering heavy losses but maintaining a limited presence through constant attacks. While these efforts have repeatedly failed to restore meaningful Russian control, they have forced Ukrainian troops to conduct dangerous house-to-house clearing operations to remove surviving infiltrators. The 33rd Brigade sought to break this deadlock by using ground drones to seal infiltration routes, pin Russian troops in place, and destroy their positions without exposing Ukrainian soldiers to close-quarters combat. Using this new tactic, the 33rd Brigade just launched the first part of the operation to eliminate the Russians who were spread across a compound containing at least 2 structures and a courtyard. The footage first shows how Ukrainian reconnaissance drones detected 5 Russian soldiers who were seen inside the buildings. Ukrainian forces quickly dispatched 2 ground robots equipped with large-caliber Browning machine guns to keep them there until FPV and bomber drone support arrives. After one of the Russian soldiers changed his position and tried to run from one house to another, a Ukrainian Mavic drone immediately tracked him down. This is when Ukrainian ground drones started shooting at the windows of the house from 2 opposing sides to block different exits and force the Russians to take cover as the 50 caliber rounds of the machine gun started punching through the walls of the building. By engaging the building from the front and rear simultaneously, the Ukrainian drones trapped the Russians and prevented anyone from leaving through the front door or the back windows. This prevented the Russians from dispersing and gained valuable time for the slower Ukrainian FPV drones to close in on the target and strike the house. After the first strike on the smaller building, the ground robot kept firing at the house to prevent survivors from escaping or repositioning.